We are with Johanna from Hip Expressions. You've got some major expressing to do there, Johanna, every day.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're the owner of Hip Expressions,
Yes,
right?
I am. Hip Expressions Belly Dance Studio. We're in St. Petersburg, Florida. We've been around since 2004, so almost 20 years, spreading peace and love through dance and inspiration. We do belly dance, Polynesian, Brazilian samba. We do drumming classes, yoga, fire dancing, flamenco. What did I miss? Polynesian. We're a community of dancers and drummers and yogis and yoginis, and we have over 20 instructors and dozens and hundreds of students. Yeah, we started small.
I remember you back at the Treasure Island days.
Started the drum circle. That was in 2001. We started that.
You started it.
I did personally. Yeah, Karen was there too.
Oh gosh!
We started the Treasure Island Drum Circle with a bunch of belly dancers and drummers.
Whoa,
and now
I did
it's
not
giant.
know that. I did not know that.
We're starting another one too, the first Friday in St. Petersburg at Sacred Lands, which is a native land right there on the coast.
We do one in Tallahassee at Sacred Lands too, at the Indian Mounds. So
yep, at the Indian Mounds.
If you're ever in our region, you know where to come in and stop
Sacred
in.
Lands, yeah.
Do some belly dancing for me.
Absolutely.
Because it's the way you express your hips, you know.
Yeah, and we do
everything else.
We do a big fire show twice a year. We've been doing an annual cruise for the past dozen years or so, drumming and dancing on a cruise ship.
That sounds
so
fun.
We're all about community and fun and.
Did COVID hit you at all?
We did, absolutely. We switched to virtual classes for a very short time, but we had a large studio space, so we were able to keep dancing through it. And then just after COVID, our lease ended, so we've downsized a little. Things have slowed down since then for so many people. But in about a year or so, we're looking at opening up a new space again. We have a small space that we're in now, but we're looking at expanding in about a year and opening another home studio to do shows and performances. And we're at the Gulfport Art Walk every Friday. We're constantly doing stuff.
Gulfport, I'm well familiar with Gulfport. I used to live at the Blueberry Patch. But
well, we're there on the first Fridays.
Oh, great.
Oh, no, our drum circle at Sacred Lands is second Fridays. And first Fridays we're at the Gulfport Art Walk dancing.
Now, do you know a gentleman named Tanner Roan? Roan.
Is he a Turkish guy?
He organizes a thing called the Ecstatic Dance in St. Pete.
Yes, I'm familiar with that. We don't do a lot of ecstatic dances because we're busy with a lot of stuff, but we're really drawn to the events that have live music. Instead
of recorded music. So you like,
that's where
like
the magic
drumming.
is. Well, that's where the magic is. Because you can only find source energy in the present moment. So it's in that present moment of creation.
Makes sense.
When you're improvising your dance, when the musicians are improvising together, when you're taking in the audience, the environment that you're in, which here at Paralounge is just incredible. You take in the vibe of everything that's contributing to that moment. Your costume, your audience, the musicians, the lighting, the sound, all of that comes in to make something special that happens. That you can record it, you can videotape it, but you can't experience it just that moment ever again.
You can't feel it.
That's where the magic is.
Absolutely. So,
right?
Who are some of your favorite drummers?
So my favorite drummers, well, I like the Middle Eastern drummers, of course. The one I've been working with forever is Raihan Alam. He taught here this weekend.
Did a class yesterday.
Yep, we've been working together for over 20 years. I put his first doumbek in his hands.
Did you?
20 years ago, I did.
I see you still got that doumbek for sale over there.
We've got a few more for sale. Yeah, we sold one of them, and we've got a couple.
I love your bells. Your bells and your doumbeks.
Thank you.
And I like some of your garments. Could you take me through your little shop area?
The shop, sure. Okay.
Take me through the shop.
So very popular are these like flare pants. People like to wear those little capris for dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Veils, you saw us dancing with some of the silk veils yesterday. Those are important. The skirts, we didn't do too much skirt dancing because it gets in the way of the fire, but you can do a lot of the skirt dancing with those. And then this is our instrument section, right? So we've got different sizes of the Middle Eastern instrumentation. What I love about Middle Eastern instrumentation is that it's delicate. And that's how belly dance is. It's delicate. African drums, African dance, big, loud, big movements. Belly dance, the music matches the dance, just like it does in African, but it's smaller
More
sound.
subtle.
It's meant for small spaces. It's meant for inside the tent. Right? So you had like a little bit of strings
inside
and a
the
little
living
flute.
room.
Yes, well, the Bedouin tents, right? So it's like,
Bedouin.
right?
Bedouin tent.
So in the Middle East, right? You're in the desert, you've got a small tent area. So small spaces mean small dancing and small sound.
Gotcha.
And so
gotcha.
all these delicate things that happen
doesn't-
match the delicate little tick, 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 tick movements and articulations that you find in the isolations of belly dancing.
Okay.
We work with a musician out of New York, Carmine Gaida, and he is a percussionist and he plays the oud as well and a couple other instruments. And he's a fantastic Middle Eastern drum circle, drum sound sort of musician.
So your
leader
favorite
band.
style is Middle Eastern?
Absolutely. I fell in love with it. When I was in college, my grandma took me to Istanbul.
Oh.
And when I was there, I saw my first belly dancer and I fell in love. Not just with the belly dancer, but when I went out to the Turkish nightclubs, everybody was dancing. Men, women, children, grandmas, everybody's up there shaking and moving and just enjoying their bodies in a way I'd never experienced before. So I fell in love with it, and I've been dancing ever since.
Dancing ever since. And can you ever dance?
Yeah.
You were wearing the lights and the fairy wings,
Yes,
right?
the fairy
on
wings.
Friday.
People love
I'm looking
those.
forward to see that video again.
Yeah.
'Cause I was enchanted and mesmerized by
Thank
that.
you.
And Karen is your
She's
partner.
a Hip
She's
Expressions
I've
co-founder.
already talked with her.
Yep.
She's a co-founder.
Hip Expressions co-founder.
So
We
you-
started Hip Expressions together. We were in her living room on her couch brainstorming names. We wanted something that encompassed not just belly dance, but all the different genres of dance. And we thought, well, Hip Expressions is a great way to embody all that.
Have you ever done any limbo?
Of course, every weekend.
How low can you go? Under the table there? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Give me some,
With a sword in your mouth?
with a sword, a flaming sword.
Okay.
You didn't see that? I had a flaming
Oh,
sword.
you
too,
did. You,
but, yeah.
you do flames and fire dancing too then?
Flames and fire dancing. Yep.
And you got all these jingles
Yep.
that
We've got lots
you
of
can
different.
wear on
yep.
your
Yeah,
hips.
a lot of them are from India, some are from Egypt. I'm sure some are from China
necklaces,
too. But yeah.
the jingle.
Yeah, and with fire dancing, we had our fire dancing tools displayed here.
Oh, I saw some of that.
Yes,
The umbrella was spectacular.
the umbrella. Yes. So the man that taught me fire dancing was Fire by Riz, and he created his specific fire tool line. And he asked Karen and I to help play with the tools and say, hey, are these appropriate for dancers? Because there were so many tools appropriate for spinners.
Yeah, if you're wearing a beautiful dress.
Right, but you've got to be able to
and
control
that
your
comes
fire and
on.
articulate your fire. So we helped him design the specific props, and then he closed his company 5 or 6 years ago, and so I took over, and we call it Fire by Dancers now.
Oh.
And my fiance Robert, who's also our photographer,
Oh, Robert.
he does the welding and creates the tools, and
Does
he created
Oh,
our fire
he did the
umbrella.
welding, did he?
He does all the
I've got to meet
welding.
Robert. Where is he?
Yes, he's with the camera in his hand right there.
Ah,
There he
that's
is right
Robert.
there.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So he makes the fire tools. He's a photographer. Yes, we couldn't be here without him for sure.
Well, we're so happy you could be here. Is this your first Paralounge?
First Paralounge.
This is your first. Won't be your last, will it?
Won't be our last. No,
Oh.
but prior to this, we had so many weekend events and we were performing at so many different places in Tampa Bay. It's hard to get away for a weekend. I mean, when you're working on gigs, you got to take it.
We're
when you
glad
get
you
'em.
got away, Johanna.
Yes, we are.
We love
super
you,
glad
and
to be
Paralounge is very blessed to have your
Thank you.
whole
What a
presence
great
here.
family. I really do feel this place is amazing.
Any last comments?
Last comments? Well, I would just say that so many people don't feel like they're good enough to dance, to drum. Oh, I'm not good. And it's not about being good enough. It's about being solid with your voice. And with sound, you can connect to that voice.
That's interesting.
Banging
With your
on a
voice.
With your internal voice, right?
Yeah, okay,
So
yeah.
playing your drums, dancing, movement, that connects you to that present moment where you're always good enough. So pick up that drum, get out there and take that dance class, get out there, do that ecstatic dance, go to the drum circle, and know that whatever you contribute, it's enough.
It's more than enough.